All right. Hey, how you doing? This is Eric from Amp Live TV and the Amp Live Real Estate Show. Happy Saturday. Welcome to the Amp Live Saturday Training and Field Day today. Today we're going to get in is the mission is the submission, okay? As well as we're talking about the mission to submission, how important it is with the Amp Live method to be able to lock up those deals when you're talking to sellers. A lot of people are getting stuck when they're talking to sellers, not presenting an offer properly, or the offer is just, hey, you didn't get it to the end zone at the end of the day, right? So I get that. I'm going to share with you on how to take that bag of gold once you do get a contract, lock up that deal, and how you take that bag of gold and turn it into some mean green. Okay, now that metaphor is what it is. You know, you can take it literally or you can take it metaphorically because that's what it is, right? It's just a bag of gold. Think of it as like when you lock up a contract, you can't take that to the bank and cash it in, right? They're not going to pay you for it. They're not going to give you money for it. But you do have money there. You got to frame it in your mind that you have a contract. And if you wrote it up, look, my mentor a long time ago said, look, you make your money when you buy it, not when you sell it, right? And I said, what do you mean? I thought you make your money when you sell the property. Now, this has been around for a while, but when I got started, no one knew what the hell that meant, right? They're like, no, argue with brokers, argue with agents, argue with investors, blah, 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 blah. And as it starts moving forward, social media, here we know, you may have heard the term, you may have not. So bottom line is that you make your money when you buy it, not when you sell it. And I kept going, well, that don't make any sense to me. I said, well, if you buy it right, Eric, and you buy the property right, 60, 65 cents on the dollar, and you know that I only need to make 35,000 bucks on this deal when I flip it, then you have a contract, an agreement, right? That is a bag of gold, because if you bought it at 60, 65 cents, you know you got a sweet deal. You know that'll be people lining up to take that deal down. And if they don't, you better figure out how to take that deal down yourself, right? Simply because there's tons of money in it. Well, at least a good chunk, right? You know, nowadays the minimum here in the East Coast and West Coast is about $55,000. In the Midwest, it's still about $35,000. People are happy to do a fix and flip because the price points are maybe 100, 120, 250,000 bucks. Here they're, 4, 5, 6, 7, 800, all the way up to $1 million plus. Same thing for the East Coast. So you got to think about that, right? So you make your money when you buy it, and you have that bag of gold. Okay. So I know I'm just getting right into the training, but I'm going to share that with you just so you can think about that as we move forward into the training. I'm going to share with you how that works. But let me finish up here with what I just mentioned with you, right? So if you have that bag of gold and you got a contract, you have to do what? You have to market it. You got to send it to your investors. You got to send it to your buyers. You need to sell that paper to an investor to turn it into, yes, close of escrow, where you do get a check, right? Now that valuable asset somebody wants and they're going to pay for, and then you're going to get paid through the close of escrow when you wholesale that deal to an investor, right? So now it is going to turn into mean green. You're going to get a wire transfer into your bank, right? For the amount that you charge, whether it's 10, 15, 20,000 bucks or more, if you're able to, depending on how juicy that deal is, right? So a lot of people are afraid, I get it, to, get those deals, negotiate those deals. They're not unicorn deals. Trust me, they're out there. If you dig and you understand the art of the deal, or I like to call it the Amp Live method, that's what I'm going to share with you. That's the difference between what we do and everybody else does. They send you videos and PDFs and Facebook groups and all that good stuff. That's great. That's dandy. Kumbaya stuff. Awesome. Doesn't work for everybody until they get in there and they go, oh my God, okay, this is a lot different. Kumbaya for first 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, until those payments keep on rolling, right? Or you paid for the whole thing and you're still paying it off. I get it. That happens. But with us, it is a hybrid. Our one-on-one mentoring is the American Mentee Program. Okay, so I'm going to do a little housekeeping here. I'll make sure that we're rolling on all fronts here. Make sure that this is going on Facebook and a few other places. Let me do that. But remember that you make your money when you buy it, not when you sell it, because and my mentor a long time ago mentioned to me, he said, look, if you have to dump it, Eric, you're still going to make some good money. If you actually take it down and fix it and flip it, you're going to make more money. And if you buy and hold it and keep it over a period of time, you're going to make the most money, because your return on investment over time is what you're looking for. Cash flow, cash flow, cash flow, and an asset, right? So there's more to it. So then once I figured that out, I said, oh, my aha moment, no pun intended, with AHA, Americans How Americans. And that's how that was born several years ago, right? That was a God-driven thing, along with AMP, God-driven, AMP, PMA, positive mental attitude, all that good stuff, the American Mentee Program. It all comes together. Maybe it's subliminally, but I don't believe in coincidences. No such freaking thing. There is no thing as a coincidence as far as I'm concerned. And you can argue that point or not. But today I'm fired up. It's not even Sunday sermon, but I'm going to go ahead. Oh, I was going to crank some metal right here. Oh, man. Okay, that's like an automatic right here. Let me go ahead and make sure that we're good. Lower this.
Right, open.
I believe we're rocking. Make sure. Yep, we're live. Cool. All right, good. So everything's locked in. I'm going to go ahead and put my rock around here. It'll be in the chat. So if you're watching this, I know these have been scheduled periodically because of our new launch for the AMP Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator. I'm super excited about that. We've been doing one-on-one forever. I'm a stubborn guy. I prefer to go that route. I prefer to be unorthodox. I prefer to take the road less traveled. I'm not the type of guy that follows trends or follows this. Now, I'll follow because I need to and want to, but it's like secretly, right? And then I do my thing, and then we do our thing, and then I share with the mentees of what we're doing, like undercover stuff. It's never like, okay, I'm going to go follow the sheep and do this and stand in line and, put your ass in front of another sheep's ass and just follow. That's not me. I've never been like that. And maybe you're like that. Maybe you've been like that. Maybe you want to change. Maybe you're not like that. Maybe you're never like that. Maybe this resonates with you, that you are a maverick, right? I've had a job in corporate America at one time, and they said, look, you need to follow directions, Eric. You need to do as I say, and don't argue so much, and don't talk back to me, and this and that, because I'm your boss. And, you need to just say, well, a bit of a maverick, boss. He said, there's no mavericks here. We don't want mavericks. We don't hire mavericks. I need you just to do what I ask you to do, and that's it. I'm like, that's pretty hard to do. And they say, see, there you go. You're opening up your mouth again, and you're talking to me and saying things to me. I said, well, I'm a human being. You're not my dad, right? I get it. You're my boss, right? You don't even write my paychecks, brother. See, there you go again with your mouth. So I don't know. Is it a gift? Is it a curse? Who knows? It's God-driven stuff here, and hopefully you like it. It's not even Sunday sermon, but it's Saturday. We're going to do some Saturday training, field day training. We got a lot of stuff lined up through this first quarter and rolling into the second quarter. So I've been very busy. This one-to-many, I thought it would be easier, but actually one-on-one is a lot easier than the one-to-many because there's so many pieces, so many moving parts, and then you got to roll it out, and then you got to push the traffic and then get people onboarded and signed up, or even if it's automated, because automation does do weird stuff. And then there's so much of it. So you got to hire people and now you got AI agents, right? And, I am a robot, and you program it and do that stuff and pops out whatever you need to a degree. But, okay, so before I go off on a tangent, because I want to make sure that you're getting some value from this, take these pro tips and golden nuggets that I'm going to share with you, you can take into the field. And if you're feeling certain things going, you know what, man, I need this guy's help. I need this guy's help. And I need AMP Live to help me do my first deal, second deal, third deal. I've bought into programs, I've paid programs and shiny objects, and I'm just not quite there. And I'm like, what the hell? What's going on? And a lot of it just happens to be, there's two things, people move forward and the shiny object gets fired. You get fired up, but then you die out and put out. That's right. You run out of gas. That's why what we do with one-on-one, and then now our AMP Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator, which is a hybrid of our one-on-one. So there's one-on-one mentoring with some coaching for our charter members and founding members only. After those are set, then it's unlimited for everybody and anybody, and it moves to $12,997. Right now, the charter program is only $1,997. That's $1,997. Or it's just say doll hairs, right? Like that Adam Sandler movie. Never mind. You probably know if you've ever seen that movie. That's the only thing that stuck out. And I don't even know what freaking movie that was, right? But $1,997, put it on a credit card, easy peasy. Heck, you know what? I think we even could probably are going to be doing like some kind of a discount, and you can make payments on it, is from what I'm hearing. So I'll throw that link in there towards the end of the show, and I'll go ahead and put it in there to make sure that this chat is working, because yesterday it locked up for whatever reason. So I'm going to put rock and row. So if you got a call or an email or a text about this, awesome. You'll probably get one later for the replay. Watch the replay. This is being streamed live across all the different social media platforms. So it's not like locked up in a Zoom and it's private. When we do that stuff, that's going to be the school platform, right? So when the trainings are done on Wednesday, we're analyzing deals on Wednesday. We're doing stuff on Saturday or Friday, I should say, when we're doing some live training for the program. That'll be inside school. And then if you miss it, it'll be archived and put into the vault. Okay. So for today, just wanted to get into some training because I know that the mission is a submission, super important. The mission is a submission, meaning if you take care of that stuff and you do those three things, the 3 steps, and get the submission, you do enough of those, it's going to make you money. It's a no-brainer. It makes you money. Okay. But at the same token, you use that information to go back to the kitchen table, or you go back to the second call and then understand how to negotiate with the information that you've gathered from the mission to the submission, and then you close. That's the other part. If you cannot close, then you're not going to get a contract, or you're going to get cold feet, and then the seller's going to beat you up a little bit, and you're going to feel sorry, or you're going to feel like, okay, that's no problem. I just want a contract. And then you're going to get a contract. It's going to be overpriced. You're not going to be able to sell it. And then oh shit. So you're just going to have to be, you have to learn the art of the deal. I'm going to share some of that stuff with you today, right now, live across the United States of America and all over these social media platforms, right? So nothing to hide. Now, at the end of the day, so we're going to get into not every little detail. It's just going to be like a Reader's Digest version of what will transpire when we're working together. You're working with me, myself, my team, as we do some, through the Amp Live Creator Real Estate Investing Accelerator, which I'll pull up. So a little bit of PSAs, public service announcements real quick, obviously. So tomorrow I'll be back for the Sunday sermon, rants, and raves. Right now we got only 17 spots for the charter members left. And that's not about the price. It's about membership. It's about having that spot, right? That spot on the foundation of what's being built, okay? You spend $19.97 to rock and roll in one deal, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15,000 bucks. It'll pays for it 2, 3, 4 times, 5 times, 7 times over, or do you wait and then spend, and then it's $12,997, right? It's a no-brainer. At the same token, there's usually only 2 things. I've been doing this a long time. There's only 2 reasons why somebody doesn't come aboard. And at $19.97, that's nothing. Anybody can afford it on a credit card. People have it in their bank. You can pay for it. If you're in business and you're at that level, I get it. Some people maybe don't have the money, but they can make a payment. So now there's no excuse, right? So the 2 excuses, or the 2 reasons why, is one is the money. Don't have the money, can't afford it, or I don't know, I did this, did that. And the second one is that it's you. You don't think you can handle it. You don't think it's going to work, and you're not up to the fight, right? At the end of the day, that's what it is. Those are only 2 things. Trust me. Because when I'm interviewing and talking to people for our one-on-one mentoring program, after we're all done and they understand what's going on, they're like, oh my God, this is amazing. Nobody does this. I can't believe that this is what I've been looking for forever. Blah, 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 blah. I paid this. I paid that. I spent 10, 15, 20,000 bucks on this. 8, 9, 12 months later, still spinning my wheels. Haven't done a deal, or I did a deal and it went bad and this and that, all kinds of stuff, right? And then they, once we get to that point and we're chit-chatting and talking, give them a scale of 1 to 10. Hey, where are we at? Not your skill set, but everything I've shared with you and how this program works, they're always at about an 8, 9, or 10, okay? If it's an 8 or lower, it's because of money, or like, I'm not sure if I can handle this. But if it's an 8, 9, and 10, easy peasy, no problem. They know they can handle this thing, right? And they're hungry and they want it, right? So they come aboard. Either put it on a credit card, Visa, Master, American Express, or they'll go and get a micro loan or a couple of micro loans that other people have done, like through Egg and PayPal and all these little micro companies. Easy peasy stuff, right? We've even done in-house financing, but that gets to be a pain in the butt because we got accounting and you got to pay for stuff and it gets expensive. And then we don't charge, right, interest on that, even though Pete's been telling me, yeah, we got to be charging for that stuff because it's costing money and all that good stuff. And then, it's just collecting, I didn't get into this business to chase pennies. I got in this business to rock and roll, do real estate. And now this is an external part of me and who I am and God-driven type thing where I was like, hey, I enjoy this. I love this. I can talk about real estate all day long. I can work with people all day long until I decide I don't want to. Then it'll be like I did before. When I had my office, when I first started up in the first cycle, nobody, I didn't share anything with anybody, no contracts, no agreements. Nobody really knew what the hell I was doing and how I was doing it. All they knew is that they saw me doing it, right? How did you get that house? How did you do this? Pissing off brokers, pissing off agents, pissing off investors, all kinds of stuff. And at the end of the day, it's because I was using creative real estate investing, right? Which is far than just a wholesale. Wholesale is part of the jam, right? Everybody wants to get in and be a wholesaler. But now they're pushing, hey, I could be a bird dog for you. Okay, that's the easy peasy. No, it's not. Bird dog is very simple. I guess whoever's changing it and making it seem like it's different. I've heard some people say some stuff. I'm not going to worry about it. But a bird dog is very simple. Find the ugliest house on the block, send it to an investor, give them the name, telephone number, boom. If they buy it, they'll give you a referral fee. That's it. A referral fee, $250, $1,250 or more. And then eventually you'll graduate and become a wholesaler, right? Where you're able to negotiate, find properties, build up a business, talk with people, lock up a contract, and then sell that contract to an investor, right? So you build yourself a little pool, 4 or 5. You only need about 4 or 5 investors. Once you get those 4 or 5 investors, then they will buy from you, right? Now, you got to remember, you're always looking for new buyers because people do what? They do die. They do, get sick. They get divorced. They lose their money. They lose whatever, and that happens. So you're always cultivating new relationships, right? Your network to bring in new buyers to be able to buy your deals. But then it's the same thing as a real estate agent, right? It's feast or famine. When you don't have deals, you don't eat. So you have to build a business. What does a broker do? Well, a broker houses and takes care of agents, right? And those agents go out there and sell, and the broker gets a piece of the pie. That is building, yes, a what? A wholesale firm with acquisitions. Dispo, think of an acquisition person as a listing agent. Think of as a dispo person as a buyer's agent, right? Then you have your team in there that does the lead generation, does the marketing, does all the other stuff that needs to be done, transaction coordinator and everything else, right? And you got your team there. So now you got a real estate wholesale firm, which is fine. But then if you get to that point and you're doing some volume, then you're missing and leaving money on the table. Because when it gets to 70 cents on the dollar or 70% LTV, and you have to leave that property or leave that money on the table because you can't do a deal, you can't go higher because you only have investors that are going to buy what you're selling, right? But that's where we come into the next level. Well, we come in from the beginning because on the Amp Live Creator Real Estate Investing Accelerator, you're going to learn wholesaling. You're going to learn sub 2. You're going to learn lease options. You're going to learn seller finance. You're going to learn the 3 magical things, which is wholesale, sub 2, and then lease options, right? Because wholesale obviously puts money in your bank account, and then you move to a lease option that allows you to leverage and control the property and get some cash flow. And subject to is the same thing. You can do subject to. Yes, we do it. Subject to fix and flip. So you get that chunk of cash, build that bank, private money, really get you up and rocking and rolling. At the same token, you can use sub 2 to keep and control the asset to get that cash flow and build equity and assets at the same time without having to use a freaking bank, right? I always say the banks are the devil. You don't need the bank. Man, the bank just uses your money anyways. You probably got money in the bank. You got money in the bank where you could pay for this program for $19.97 before it becomes a $12,000 program, right? And guess what? Guess who's using your money in the bank? The freaking bank. They're loaning out your money. Shit, the terms in there sub 2 are in the contracts and agreements. You just never read them. You just say, cool, terms of service, this is what it is. Okay, I need a bank account. Nobody reads that. Nobody reads the Apple terms of service where you're giving away all your data and your everything else, right? Because you want to use the thing. So, it's a crazy world, but the bottom line is I stand for truth. We stand for truth. This is all about Amp Live, and that's why we rolled out Amp Live TV as well, okay? So these things are super important. Hopefully this stuff resonates with you. It's been very busy. I'm very proud of the Amp Live Creator Real Estate Investing Accelerator. It's up. It's running. We got the founders in there. We got charter members, and it's rocking and rolling. And people are doing their stuff. They're running their comps. They're doing their submissions. We're running their numbers and things of that nature, making the offers, right? And now locking up properties. That's what this is about. So if you're next, I know you're next. I know you want this. Trust me. At the end of the day, everybody wants to become a real estate mogul or a real estate investor or a real estate agent of some sort, or at least the real estate investing side, right? Because of the hype and all that good stuff. Well, let's get past the hype and chop all that BS, because I'm a no BS guy, no drama guy, and I don't deal with any of that stuff. I'm not into that or the kumbaya stuff, right? Kumbaya is cool. I love it just like as far as the next person. I like to have fun too. So don't let the suit fool you. Because I wear metal shirts, I rock and roll, I wear my cowboy hat and all that good stuff, right? My giant belt. No, I'm just kidding. I don't wear a giant belt buckle. I don't have any shit kickers officially. Back in the day when I was rocking and rolling, I guess they were biker boots, right? Big old biker boots when you walk, ka-kang, 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 and all kinds of stuff, right? Tight pants that'll squeeze your head off. So those are some fun-ass times and fun days. But let's get back to now. Hey, I'm a father now. I got 3 kids. They're all adults, lovely adults, and my lovely wife and partner. and this is my life and this is what I do. And but yet I'm spending it here on a Saturday with you and putting content on here or whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to share with you, say, don't consume this content and just watch it. You need to put this and everything that I'm sharing with you into action. You need to take what I'm sharing with you, which is the door of opportunity, to say, look, is this guy for real? Yeah, I'm for real. I know it works. We've been mentoring people for years. It's based on muscle memory. A lot of people, now look, it may not be you because there's a disclaimer down below, as everybody, read the disclaimer. And at the same token, my disclaimer, I'm not an attorney, a financial analyst, a CPA or a bookkeeper or any of that good stuff, right? It's for entertainment purposes. But there is a disclaimer down there that says, hey, not everybody who's going to start is going to make it, in a nutshell, right? And that, but I guarantee you, most people are writing contracts 14, 21, 30 days, some people 30 days, some people 60 days. Heck, Stephanie from Florida, one of our oldest mentees from a long time ago, took her 4 months to get her first deal. And you probably think, oh my God, that's a long time. No, I'm a slow learner. It took me 4 months to get my first deal, right? My first deal was only $7-8 grand. And I was, spent a lot of time. I spent 16 months building out my system of websites and lead generation and contracts and branding, all while working a job. So there's no excuse. And so I'm working. I got to take care of this. I got to do that. I got my baby. I got my kids. I got to cook dinner. I got to, take them to the soccer place and all this, all bullshit. And I'm going to be, hey, maybe I shouldn't be so harsh, but I know that I had to deal with it. I dealt with it. I worked a full-time job. I studied for my real estate test because the boss said, go get your license so you can bring me deals. She's, mortgage lender. And that's what I did. At the same token, I'm working, right? I thought, man, I don't got time to read my Think and Grow Rich book. Okay, well, get up 30 minutes earlier so I can read that son of a bitch. Go to bed 30 minutes later so I can read that son of a bitch, right? Maybe I sleep less. Grind now, shine later. That's what I tell all the young peeps. Grind now, shine later, because I know I didn't. I wasted probably my 20 years in there while in my 20s. And if I didn't do that, I'd be in a different place. But you can't all say woulda, coulda, shoulda. We all have our journey and our mission. Right now, what's your journey? I want to do real estate. And you're probably saying, man, I want to get to this training. When's the training going to start, Eric? Right? When are you going to share some stuff with me? Well, this is awesome stuff that I'm sharing with you because this is real life. This is truth. And at the end of the day, I guarantee you that's how you felt because that's how I felt when I got started. And it was a lonely business because there's nobody who's willing to train me. There's nobody that understood what the hell I was talking about. Nobody in my family, not my friends, even real estate agents, brokers, and then other investors didn't want to share what they wanted to, they didn't want to share any of that. I want to create competition. But when I got started and I was up and running as a rocking and rolling and doing creative real estate investing, wholesaling, fix and flip, and all that good stuff, when I finally got some momentum and did that first deal and then another deal and another deal, I didn't share with anybody. Even after I opened up my office, there's nothing on my computers. People come in and go, hey, where are those contracts? They're trying to reverse engineer what I was doing. I said, man, yeah, I didn't hire you. I didn't hire you for that. I hired you as a runner to go put up signs, to go walk the doors, go knock on doors, to go put some notes up and whatever, that's what I'm paying you for. Or to get on the phones, right? Stuff like that. Secretary her job was to be the vetting person. You get the secretary in the front, then there was the door. Nobody comes to the back unless you're, in the core and you're working as a salesperson and working with us and you're generating and helping us make money. Cause that was my thing. It still is, right? You come and work with me. And if you're not making me money in 30 days, you got to go. Maybe it's harsh, but it's just hyper-focused, right? Give me an excuse to write you a check, and I'll write you a check all the time. And I want to write you checks. I want to write checks. That was the motive. Because I know if I'm writing you checks, then you're making me money. That was, and it still is today with the office thingy, right? We go that route. And, you'll get to that point too. So I'm just trying to share some stuff with you. And then my life changed when I found my mentor by accident because I was already up and running and doing deals and rocking and rolling. And then he opened up the whole creative real estate investing world with all these exit strategies of rent to own, lease options, short sales, buying off the second, taking on the first. Some crazy, amazing stuff. Once I got into that and I go, is this real? Again, that was like the second part. The first time I had to say, is this real? Can I make money doing this? Can I really buy a house for $10 or $100 and fix it and flip it and all that good stuff? Once I found out that it was real, then the second phase with my mentor became real as well. That was creative real estate investing. Wow, can I do subject to? What the hell is that? Then I dug deep because every time I find something, and if I think it's something or a niche, they call it the blue ocean thingy, right? And then I just dig in and dig in and dig in and reverse engineer it and studied it and do what needed to be done, and out popped out subject to. I go, this is awesome. I can leverage a property and not have to go to the bank. And you know, obviously you got seller finance and hybrid and wraps and all that good stuff. I get all that for buy and hold. But my main thing was I just want to fix and flip, build the bank, and then start cherry picking the buy and hold stuff. And that's there's a lot of people that I've talked to. That's their goal. When we talk, it's like, well, what do you want to do? You want to wholesale forever, do you? No, I want to eventually buy and hold some properties. You know, maybe some single family, maybe some multifamily, maybe some strip malls or something, right? Little ones, some quads or duplexes. It's always the same thing. I'll build a legacy. I want to have some freedom. I want to put some money. So when I die, you know, my kids and my family can be okay. That's the American dream. It used to be the American dream. Just I got a good job and I want to buy a house. That was the American dream. And I got a car. Well, the American dream has changed now. It's like, I need a business. I want to have a business. I want to build a legacy. I want to buy real estate. I want to buy businesses. That is the new American dream. Okay. As far as I'm concerned, but you know, I could be wrong. Like my dad used to always just say, right? Opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one. I got mine. You got yours. But I like to base my opinions on some facts. I like to do a little research, see what the trends are. Because I like going into cycles and trends. And that's my thing. And we got a opportunity come. I think someone shot me a text sometime and said, man, you're very optimistic. I said, yeah, because I see the future. You know, hindsight's 2020. I know what transpired last cycle to this cycle to another cycle. I've been through it, so I know what's coming. A lot of people don't. Now, if I knew what was coming last cycle, I would have been prepared and things would have been different, would have changed stuff up a little bit, made some different choices, but that's life, right? But I do know what's happening and where we're going in the future right now and what's going to transpire unless the world blows up, right? So it's not, you know, cursing or anything, but hey, you can't control any of that stuff. All you can control is your life, your thoughts in your mind. You really can't control your environment either, right? The only thing you have truly control over is your mind and how you decide to think and what you decide to do. But let's get into it, okay? So I'm Eric, obviously. So what is that, 30 minutes before I do an introduction? If you know who I am, awesome. I even mess with the slides, but I'll go ahead and do it. For Saturday training, obviously it's the Amp Live American Mentee program. Your first deal, first deal, second deal, I don't care. Real training, real strategies. Cool picture. Look at that. 19 years. Hey, it's not, I got more than that. I'm just kidding. This is what I'm going to do with you. I'm going to share this with you right here. Okay. Now this right here, this is the mission is a submission. Now look at that. I'm going to share with you. I'm not going to share the whole thing. I'm going to share the 3 magical questions with you. Okay. So here's some of the submission to submission. You're probably thinking, okay, boom, I'm going to surf for deals. So if anybody has talked with me and you got our surfing for deals, little gift bonus program, where's a video training video. You got a PDF. I forgot how many pages it is, but you know, you copy, you paste, it'll blow up your phone, email, and text with leads. It gets you into the business very quickly. All right. I mean, you know, then it's going to be based on your closing ratios. How good are you at getting this information, the mission to submission? How good are you at analyzing and breaking down the deal and underwriting it to see where the money's at? And then how good are you at what? Boom. Making an offer, setting an appointment, writing an offer on the phone, or if you're virtual or if you're local, are you able to go belly to belly and get a badass deal? I will tell you, if you go belly to belly, you're going to get your best deals because it's a lot harder to say no if you're doing it this way. If I don't like it, I'll just hang up on you, right? If the seller doesn't like you, they'll just hang up on you and they'll ghost you. Right? But if you're at their property, it's a lot harder for them, and especially if you're professional, hospitable, you've already went through the first call, the second call, you're gonna touch them again 2 or 3 times. You're gonna touch them 7 times before you go to their property. And then after that, you're doing what? It's a lot harder to say, man, get the hell out of my house. You insulted me. No, they'd be jerks. You're gonna know that. And if you're plus with the mission is submission and the Amplified method, there's some red flags. We show you how to look for those red flags, because that's going to be the seller that's going to be a pain in the butt. They're going to be unscrupulous. They're going to be dishonest, and they're going to rip you off and burn you or cry and whine, and it's not going to be a good thing. Okay. So let me see what happened there. Something. What is that? Can't post messages to some channels. Okay. What the hell is that about? Doing that shit again. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, it worked. Okay, cool. It's only going to YouTube. All right, I guess I have to go to Facebook to put some stuff in there. All right. Anyways, so let's get to this, right? So the mission is submission. So first and foremost, you find those leads, you find the deals, you grab our prop stream, right? Our prop stream sub-2 playbook. So you can find those interest rates at 2 to 3 or 4 or 5%. Find them with the stack hot leads where they're in foreclosure, they're probates, they're maybe absentee owners, right? Those are all hot leads. Those are tired landlords. They're people in foreclosure. There's tax defaults. And as you stack the list, it's going to show you what to do, how to stack them, and how to label them, right? I'll even show you the little graphic. I'm not going to get deep inside that because that's going to take us into like an hour and a half, 2 hour call or live meetup, right? Or live meeting here. But we'll get into that. So let's say you pulled some data and you got a hot lead, which I'll share with you probably later on today if we get time. Some pre-foreclosures and NODs. I'll show you how to use the sub-2 calculator to fix and flip and pop in those numbers like I did a couple of weeks ago before our full launch of the Amp Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator, which, by the way, that is inside the vault. It's inside the accelerator. Everything I'm sharing with you right now is inside the Amp Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator. And there's the videos, there's the quizzes, there's everything you're going to need, contracts, agreements, all that good stuff, right? Marketing samples that you'll need to be successful in this business. And then the live hybrid of mentoring and coaching and helping you break down those deals, okay? We'll partner up with you. We'll even JV with you. I'll report you in the right direction. If that's the case and you're like, hey, you know what? I just want to do this myself because I'm a greedy son of a bitch. I'm just kidding. I get it. People are who they are. At the end of the day, there's no pressure. You can work a deal with us or not, right? But remember, hey, this is make it reciprocal, right? Pay into the bank of good. PMA, positive mental attitude. Get your book, Think and Grow Rich, and form your new self, right? If you want to become somebody that you've never become before, you have to do things differently. You have to change your mindset. You have to change your attitude and all that good stuff. And these are a lot of things that I say. And, hey, sometimes, even myself, right? We're going to hit a wall. We're going to go, man, well, when's this thing going to change? But same thing happened to me when I got started in business with this. I hit a wall. Why? And then all of a sudden, go through the pain and it opens up. You hit a wall. But the great thing about it is that you're not by yourself. I was by myself when I got started. It was a lonely business, right? And nobody there to help you, nobody there to motivate you, nobody there to tell you you're doing great. Every once in a while, it seemed like God would drop an angel, right? And some total stranger would say, keep on rocking and rolling, keep on doing your stuff because you're doing stuff that everybody else wants to do, doesn't have the balls to do, or crazy enough to do, right? It's going to pop for you sooner or later, right? And I'd be like, okay, cool. That'd give me 2 or 3, 4 months of juice. I guess I'm on the right track. Thanks, God. Appreciate it. And then it happened again and again and again until, you keep on moving forward. And I think that just happens all through life, right? You got to see the forest through the trees, read between the lines, right? And God will send you messages, right? But you got to have your eyes open. If your eyes aren't open, then you're not going to see them. And you're going to get frustrated. You're going to quit. I'm not going to let you quit. Trust me. I will always be here. Our team will always be here when you come aboard either the one-on-one mentoring program, which is the American Mentee program, or the Amp Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator. Guess what? You're not going to be left behind. We will always show up. We'll always respond to you. At the end of the day, if you don't show up, shame on you. Nothing's going to happen for you. There's no excuse. It's all on you. Everything is action-based. And that's why I love the way the program is designed, right? Because I can sleep at night all the time. Because I know we're showing up, we're doing our best, and then you get results, boom. And for whatever reason, you give up or you quit or keep on rocking and rolling for the ones that do and move on or continue working with us. And that's a beautiful thing, right? That's just the long-term benefit of what we do. That's networking, okay? So with this, let me get with this. So you got to lead. When you get that lead, you got to know what to do. So you need to do the full submission. The mission is a submission as far as I'm concerned, what we do with the Amp Live method. As far as you, how does that work? What do you do? Some people go and call and they do a half-ass script or they read a script or they try to tweak it and make it their own. No, you probably, if there's somebody who's really good at that stuff and they gave you a script, do it verbatim. Do it exactly how they do it and you'll succeed. I try to do the same thing. Oh, I'm going to change it. I don't speak like that. I'm not eloquently have that vocabulary to speak and sound and say these words the way, this guy's saying it, which was my mentor, Hal from Houses, God rest his soul. and even reading some of the scripts that I get, and they were based off of psychology and based off of how people think and what and certain words that I would say that would resonate in their head, opposed to other people would try to say the same thing and they'd be like, what the hell are you talking about? I've seen it firsthand. I see it happen all the time, because when I'm mentoring mentees and how I say stuff and how they get in and say stuff, and they don't get in the front door, but I do. It's not that I'm, well, yeah, I'm just better, obviously, because I'm got more experience. Not any smarter than them. Guarantee that. Some of these guys and gals are engineers, doctors, nurses, all kinds of stuff, right? It's just the personality. It's how you say things. And if you do stuff, have that leap of faith. I did the same thing once I figured out after I wasn't getting contracts. I said the same thing. I said, you know what? I'm going to say it the same way Hal does with this closing. And then I got this little script here that was, I guess, written by a psychologist and this and that. And, these words say, they work magically, they said. So I put them in and built that script, and it worked like magic, right? And then it just rinse and repeat. And that's the same thing we're going to share with you. We're going to share those magical type of, like right here, the 3 magical questions, right? As well as certain things that you'll say that are open-ended. And then definitely getting the yeses and tie downs, right? Get them to say yes or no. You're going to open-ended questions. Do you need to sell the property? Yes or no? Say it. They're going to tell you, yeah, no. They don't have time to think and process. That's psychological rock and rollness, right? As we move forward, when you're doing this, the mission is the submission. So once you get your lead and you're talking to the seller and you're moving forward, you're opening up the first part of the call, be befriending them. Yes, make sure you confirm it's them, confirm the name, confirm that's their property, start moving forward, see what their situation is, depending on what the type of lead is it, right? Is it a tired landlord? Is it a pre-foreclosure? Is it a vacant property? Is it a warm lead, hot lead, cold lead? All those things are little tiny differentials that you're going to need to learn, right? You're probably thinking, this is a lot of shit. No, it's not. Because it's like riding a bike. Once you learn it, you'll never forget it. It's easy peasy. You adjust, you adapt to their personalities. It's like having a parallel world, right? It's sales 101. Once you learn sales, you're golden. It's awesome, right? And I hate to say the word sales because people go, oh, salesperson. Everybody thinks car salesperson. We're not car salesperson. We don't sell cars, right? We provide solutions to sellers. That's what I'm going to work with you on, to show you how to do just that, is to be able to provide solutions to the sellers, and then digging in, getting the truth, and then putting a solution together for them that's based on their problems and situation by asking a lot of questions, open-ended questions, digging deep into their personalities and getting everything from birth until now. Because if you've done that, that means they've dropped their walls, they trust you, and you are the authority. So they're going to work with you, especially if they like you. Then they're going to do business with you, because people like to do business with people they like. If they don't like you, they're not going to want to do business with you. If you insult them, they're not going to want to do business with you, right? So whatever you've been doing in the past, if it's wrong, we're going to crush it, squash it, and reprogram it, okay? Because obviously if you haven't been getting to the goal line and making those touchdowns, there's a problem. Or if you're getting those contracts and for whatever reason they're not closing, that's going to be probably a disconnect with the price or offers or whatever's going on there. Didn't build a relationship with the seller because someone went and circumvented it and canceled the contract on you, and they went with somebody else because they promised them $5,000 or $10,000 more. That shit happens all the time, okay? All the time. I'm going to check my time. I know that we're going to be doing some more regimented stuff on the Amp Live shows here, because obviously we're pulling up a bunch of stuff, and I'm not following the show curriculum or even the show schedule and all that good stuff, which I should be doing. But once again, I'm a maverick. I'm not a sheep, right? I don't follow the road, that everybody says go this route. And I know sometimes I need to, right? I need to listen to my own advice and take my own advice and say, just listen to me with the leap of faith and do what I'm saying, and things will work, right? So, maybe I need to do a little bit more of that. And I get it. It's just that, these internet marketers and all these people and AI do this, do that, and all this crazy stuff. I'm going, okay. No noise. 1, 2, 3, right? This is what I do. I think I've seen this in a movie. I do it when I meditate, right? Here's the hands, right? Oh, let me see. We'll put this up here. This is kind of funny. I'll share it with you. All right. So I will sit and meditate, and I'll do this thing. I'll go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Focus, 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 focus. Yep. And then bring it all down in, bring it in, connect to the universe and the world. All right, so there's my little, my little ritual. I think it's funny, but I use it. I shared it with my son. He does it when he gets all fired up. Okay, hey, Dad, man, before I beat you up, let me calm down. 1, 2, 3. I'm just kidding. But I thought it was cool. I saw it in some movie. I don't know what it was, some martial arts movie and this and that. And he needed to calm down before he beat the shit out of everybody inside the room. It was kind of funny. So I said, hey, I'm going to try that. So then I started doing it. I go, hey, this kind of works. Calms me down. Let me count from 10 to 9 when I get fired up so I can relax and don't explode, right? I'm just kidding. All right, here we go. Anyway, that's enough of that personal stuff. Let's go back up here. So let's go. The mission is a submission, which is the topic of the day. How to take those bags of gold and turn them into mean freaking green, right? So I'm just going to share with you the three magical, what do you call it? The three magical what? What are they? Things that I'm going to share with you here. All right, what do we got? I can't blow it up. I didn't put it on the screen either. It's okay. Let me see if I can scroll. No scrolling. All right. All right, so usually, so when we're opening up the call, maybe I'll show you the first part. How far can I go? 1, 2. All right, so that's the first one, right? It doesn't have the numbers. Usually has the numbers. Anyways, we buy houses, ugly ones too. Cash your terms, right? All right, no commissions, no closing costs, written guarantee within 24 to 72 hours. Cash used to be just cash. And as the market started changing, we started moving to cash and terms, right? Because now terms is a new thing and it's fancy for people. Not that it was new back then, just people didn't know about it. And a lot of people still don't know about it, but some who do, there's a jam and a role that you got to go through to explain it to them. Everybody's a little bit different, right? Written guarantee within 24 to 40 hours, cash or terms in 7 days or less. No equity in your home, no problem. We can still buy it, right? You pay zero cost, never a upfront fee. Sell or save your home today. We buy houses, ugly ones too. Cash your terms, ugly onesies for sure. But we get into the information, the first part of the call. We're asking about them. What's the situation? Tell us a little bit about the property, what happened, what transpired. For this purpose, we're going to talk about NODs because there is a rise of notice of defaults and notice of trustee sales throughout the United States of America, as well as, yes, tired landlords that want to just get rid of their properties. They're tired of all the stuff, and insurances went up. All kinds of stuff is going on, and I won't get into it that much about that, but it's just another type of seller, which is a tired seller, which is the distressed seller or distressed situation. All right, so should we come in? So then we get into the middle of the call, and yes, we're asking them, don't be afraid. A lot of people are afraid to ask those questions. But if you do this right, you do the Amp Live method, and you're working with us, which, by the way, is inside of the Amp Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator. And yes, every Friday when we get to that point on the modules, we will be doing some live role play on a Friday, because every Friday we're going through a piece of the module, boom, 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 to get you through that, and then rocking deals. Okay, so that is the goal, is to get you a deal within 30 days, right? Whether a contract, and then moving forward, do your next deal and your next deal and your next deal. All right. That is the purpose of why I launched the Amp Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator, which obviously is a 6-week program. The same token is geared towards getting you your first, second, third, or fourth deal. And obviously, it's a hybrid of our one-on-one mentoring program, which is our done with you, done for you program. But at least I wanted to make sure that it was a hybrid of that. So there is some one-on-one mentoring to help you figure out what you need to do, get you moving forward, and making sure you don't fall through the cracks, and then live coaching that goes along with it, deal analysis, which is super powerful, because when you're analyzing those deals, you're going to go, did I do it right? Is this a good deal or not a good deal? If we're looking at it, we're underwriting, we're going to say, yeah, this is a good deal, and you can wholesale it, you can sub to it, it looks like a good seller finance based on the things that we're going to do. And if you didn't get enough information, if you have a leap, as long as you leave your mind open and you don't try to, tell others how to coach you, you'll do just great, because we're going to go there and go, look, you didn't get this information, go back, get this information. When you come back and you just follow through with some faith, then you're going to see the results and go, man, that was amazing. That's awesome. What do we do next? Well, let's roll. You can either do the deal and try to execute it and follow the rest of the program, DIY, do it yourself, and good luck. And if you lock it up and do whatever you need to do and sell it, give us a testimonial. If you need some help along the way, guess what? For the founding members and charter members only, we're going to work with you, right? Just like our awesome founding member that came aboard, he's like, man, he's already got a couple of juicy leads. And it's like, man, I'm going to need some help on some of this stuff. So cool. One of them went radio silence, but I know we can fire that person back up. He just has to, when he comes back from his little vacation, boom, get on it. I'm going to show him how to reactivate that dead lead that feels like a dead lead because it's not responding back. But we'll fire that lead back up. And then the other two leads, well, we're going to work them. We're going to JV them. We're going to make money together. We're going to make some offers so he's going to learn, right? So that's the beauty of coming aboard of what we do. And it's the beauty of doing that now, because when the program gets past 100 people and it starts blowing up and there's, then hundreds and all that good stuff, my time is limited. Our team time is limited. Obviously, the price of admission is going to be more and cost more. And then you're just going to get trained by other people that are rocking and rolling, which is fine. But that's how that works with that type of model, right? That's okay. Nothing wrong with that. But think of it this way. You're at the ground level. It's like being at ground level of any company or any business, but it's, you're there. You're going to get the love you need so you can be successful. And then you yourself, if you like training and educating, want to make money on the program, want to make money with other people, guess what? You can, right? So that's just, thinking a little bit further forward of the bigger picture of stuff, right? So people just don't see the forest through the trees. And that's what I'm trying to do. And that's kind of my mission. It's in my mission. It's in my goals every day, sitting on my desk right there, right, as part of it, and saying, what is my part of my mission, along with, of course, all my other goals and my family and things that I want to do. But what is my goal for the program? What is my goal for this business? What is my goal for our true cause and mission, right, which is to help our fellow Americans across the United States of America, to help families. So when one charter member joins, that's not just one charter member. That's one family. 50 charter members join, that's 50 families that we're helping, right? Change their lives in this world. So we're doing our part for America, and then eventually you're going to do your part, because if I get you up and running and help you, then you're going to want to help because it's contagious. You're going to want to help other fellow Americans. You're going to want to help them with their business, right? With the time, if you have the time. Now, obviously, they say money just makes you more of who you are. So if you're an a-hole, then you're just going to be a bigger a-hole. If you're awesome and you're giving and you gotta change and start morphing into a fearless person, a person that takes no shit from anybody, but at the same token have humility. That's a beautiful thing, right? You're just going to be a better version of yourself. We're all trying to accomplish that. Even myself, and today I'm not perfect. I don't have all the answers, right? But I know what I know, and I know what my self-worth is, and what I'm worth, and what I am giving to you is priceless, and that's a gift. And you either see it that way or you don't. I know I saw it that way when my mentor worked with me, and he allowed me to spend time with him and his 40 years of experience, right? Helped change my life and open up my mind to a brand new, different world. That's powerful. I wasn't going to share any of that stuff, but I guess it's tapped into what it is, right? Because I did say some prayers and stuff and say, God, let's rock and roll, speak through me, and let's rock. Everything is truthful of what I'm sharing with you, okay? And it's coming from the heart. And that's why I care about everybody and anybody who comes through this program, okay? Because that is a piece of me. It's part of what I do and what we do, and it's God-driven. And that, like I mentioned before, part of that goal and that mission that's in my goals every single day that I read is just that, to help other families across the United States of America so they can open up their eyes and be able to feed themselves and be able to be self-sustainable and take care of themselves through real estate and investing and all that good stuff, okay? And, we'll just keep rolling because that is the cause and mission. All right. So anyways, let's get to it. So the 3 magical questions, as you're going through and you're getting all the discovery call and you're asking them what's on the first, what's on the second, what's your interest rate, what type of bank is it? Is it a servicer? Is it an FHA loan? Is it a conventional loan? You're going to ask those things. Okay. You got to ask those things. You got to know. You're probably thinking, well, why do I need to know that stuff? Because we're going in. Yeah. If we're going to buy it cash and wholesale it, sub 2 is always on the table, right? Leverage is always on the table. Seller finance is always on the table, but we don't come out and say, hey, would you like to sub to your property? Would you like to seller finance it? Blah, 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 blah. No, you don't give a shit what anybody else says. You do it however you want, or if you've been taught that way, cool. If you're a master at that stuff and you can get it done that way, cool. But I guarantee you still got to ask some discovering questions before to see if that's even possible. To see, you got to segue into that stuff, right? Little by little. And that's what this does in 3 simple steps. Opening up the call, building a relationship. Then the middle is the discovery call, getting all the information. Are you in foreclosure? Have you had a probate? Is the property listed? All that good stuff, right? Give me the conditions. And you don't just ask. There's a way to ask, right? At the same token, you build a relationship. Oh, is that a dog? I love dogs. Oh, what kind of dog is it? I got this dog. I got that dog. I got a cat. Oh, your son's in the military. Your daughter's in the military. They're going to school, going to college. Relate. You got to have that parallel world so they like you. And it's not doing it. If you're doing it just to be fake, well, it's going to come across as fake. They're not going to trust you anyways, right? So it has to be sincere. Be sincere, and you do these things. You're building a relationship. This is a relationship business. So when you can relate to them and understand them, then you can provide those solutions to them. As you keep moving forward and getting all the information and about the house and the mechanicals and the molding, is there any issues? Is there any leaks? How's the electrical? How the floors? When's the last time you updated the kitchens? All that good stuff, right? Oh, I updated it 10 years ago when I bought the property. Oh, okay. What do you got, like granite in there? Like I had a conversation with a lady out in Los Angeles. Even though she says, I'm not selling my house. I said, that's cool, no problem. I'm just here to provide some solutions, some options for you that you probably explored but really haven't or know what's available to you. You try to get a loan mod, that didn't work. You try to do the payment thing and you messed it up. And you missed the payment, so they threw you out of the program. What's the next thing? I'm going to do a bankruptcy. Okay, if you do a BK, you're going to do a full-blown one, or is it going to be a bullshit one? Oh, because I'm waiting for this and I'm waiting for that. Maybe this is going to happen. Maybe that's going to happen. Or maybe my aunt, my uncle, my son is going to help me with this and that. I said, by that time, look, we're already at that pace. You've been waiting and you're, almost $100,000 behind in back payments. And that's going to be a big chunk of cash. And if you don't make those back payments, what happens? Well, I'm going to have to sell the property. I said, yeah, but if you wait too late, because properties are taking longer to sell. And then even then, I'm sure your property's nice, right? Oh yeah, it's lovely. It's this and that. And I'm never home. So I'm always, this and that or whatever. I said, okay, do you have can you tell me when's the last time the kitchen was updated? I'm sure it's lovely and beautiful. Not there to beat up their house, but they're like, oh, well, let me see. Yeah, it does have courts, because we start talking about loans and stuff. So you see, if it's that difficult to get a loan, people don't want to fix up a property. They want the turnkey property. They want it done. I want the courts. I want the can lighting. I want the beautiful floors. I want the crown molding. I want brand new air conditioning, roof, all that good stuff, right? Because they're going to be paying for it with a higher interest rate in their mind, which means nothing. It's all bullshit. But it is what it is, right? So she's like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, it probably needs to, probably change the countertops because they're quartz. The cabinets are fine, but they probably do a little updating. Maybe some floors here and there, this and that. So obviously she's already saying it. So it's being, she's programming herself to say, okay, yeah. If we get to that point where we got to make an offer, she can't say, well, it has this, it has that, it has this. No, she already said it needs some upgrades, right? And she's lived in it for several years. So it's lived in. And I said, well, you know what? Even if it's brand new, you know what happens? I can live in a property, or someone can live in a property for 6 months because we live in Cali. And you move that furniture, guess what? You're going to have to paint the wall because it gets faded, right? Right there. And if you got to do the whole house on a 2,000, 2,500 square foot house, or even 1,500 square foot, right? It's going to cost $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 at the minimum just for that. And then to clean it up. And then the front yard and backyard, give it some love. So no matter what, I don't care what anybody says, unless it's an immaculate property, it's all rehabbed and fixed up and been cleaned, then that's different, right? There's nothing you really need to do. If it's been lived in, then yeah, there's going to be an issue unless they even then, there's always going to be some minimal stuff, right? So think about that. So as we're going through, we're getting all that information from her, and she's admitting this, and then now build a relationship. So now it's just a matter of time, because the next month they're going to record an NOT, notice of trustee sale, tack on another $5,000 to $7,000 from the attorneys. She's going to go higher on the payments because now she missed May and they're going to miss June. Then you only got 45 days before the auction comes, and time moves fast, which I shared with them, right? They go, yeah, you know what? Don't wait. I know. Okay, yeah. 30, 60, 90 days goes like that, right? So, okay, well, yeah, you're right. So that is so keep on staying in touch because there's money in the magic and follow-up. And eventually, if she can't save the property, she's going to have to do BK. That's temporary. If she don't get the money, then what's next? You have to put the property on the market and get it sold. But I said, before you do that, talk to me so I can at least get you the most money. You don't have to worry about trying to fix stuff up and have people going in and out of your property and all that good stuff. Unless that's what you want, that's cool. Then I'll hand you over to the broker and they'll get you top dollar for your property. But at least you have the best of both worlds. You'll have us to help you out with the private sector so we can rock and roll with the bank. And then you'll have the professional real estate brokerage to list your property and get it sold at top dollar. Best of both worlds, right? So you got a team working with you, not just one agent. So, oh yeah, I appreciate that. That makes sense. This and that, right? So after that, recently she just said, hey, I need this, I need that, need that. And she sent me all the documents. So they came down the wire. So we'll analyze it. Now it's just a matter of, going through the process, right? Put it in the pipeline, see what happens. But as you do that, I'll get back to this so you can see it. Whoops. Oh, what's that? Oh, shit. Oh, that's how you do the. I didn't know you can do that. Now I got to figure out how to get out of this. Let me see. Maximize. Oop, not maximize. Whoa, what happened? Oh, right here. I didn't know. Now, okay. Exit full screen. You could do that? Cool. How did that happen? I don't know how I did it, but that's what I was looking for doing before. So we're almost at 55 minutes and 22 seconds. Let me put this up here it does say that. You just click the three dots. Okay. And then you can maximize that, right? Maximize, customize, replace. Cool. Let me put this up here. Here we go. All right. So check this out. 3 magical questions. So then after we're getting all the information, we understand what we're doing, and it's important. Some people try to skip those steps. Oh, yeah, just fill it out real quick. And you're going, look, you're just cheating yourself. You're cheating the person who's working with you. And if I'm mentoring you or coaching you, then you're just making it harder for me, because if you didn't do the call properly the first time, I have to reiterate the call. We have to reiterate the call. We have to reestablish, everything to befriend the person and build that trust and credibility all over again. At the same token, there's a thing called edification. You edify us, we edify you. So then they see, they can go online and see the national company, AHA. They can see VIPeXecs, Realty Lending Investments. They understand, hey, you need a hard money or a letter. No, they'll know that you can perform. That you're not someone working out of your garage or something, right? They're going to know that, man, this is a full-blown company, but not too big, not too small, because they're friendly and they're presentable and I like these people. Then boom, right? Then we're going to move forward. That's how it works. Looks like my voice getting a little harsh there. Get some water. So as we move forward to getting that information, it's important. Get the mechanicals. What's up with the front yard, the backyard? How's the paint, right? How's the outside look, right? Is it stucco? What is it? Is there solar on the property? Okay. You need to find out all that stuff. Is there rug in the bathroom, right? Is it tile? Is it linoleum? When's the last time you updated the bathrooms? You want to know that stuff. How's the roof? What's on it? Is it tile, shingles, what? Is there a barbecue, a pool, patio? Does it need some love to the backyard, love to the front yard? Has there been any leaks, any electrical issues, any plumbing issues, any foundation issues? You want to know. Trust me, human beings are technically honest, and most of them will tell you the truth. It's the ones that don't, which I'll show you, and I'll show you how to work the red flag stuff so you don't have to work with people like that. But most of them are going to be, they want to chat with you. They want your help. And then we move to step 3, which is very simple. The 3 magical questions, once we get into that, we call it setting the stage. Okay. Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, how are you doing? Thank you very much for taking the time. I'm almost done here. Got a couple more questions for you. Then I'll be out of your hair and I'll come back and get you an offer within 24, 72 hours. That sound fair? Yeah, no problem. Yes. They said yes. Okay. Do me a favor. What's that? Don't hang up on me. Okay. Oh, no, I wouldn't do that. Are you ready? Yes. I'm getting yeses. They're called tie downs. You're getting those organically. You're getting yeses on purpose because you're training them to say yes to you. It's psychological, right? It's just the way it rolls. The way we do this stuff. It's called the Amplified Method. Then we get into it. Okay, here we go. Are you ready? Yes, I am. Okay. Then we move forward. Would you sell your house for what you owe on it? Yes, no, or need more information. Now, these are 3 things that we say. Look, some people, mentees have done it. Oh, they'll just ask the question. I said, no, you need to say it. Yes, no, or need more information. Because if you just lay it out, say, would you sell your house for what you owe? They start processing in their head. They're trying to rip me off. Do I say something? Do I say no? What do I do? You don't want them to process. So you give them something to say. You tell them you give them options. Yes, no, or need more information. Oh, no, I can't do that. I got to get money. And you'll be surprised. If you go through enough of these and you go through this business enough and long enough, there will be people that say, yeah, just buy the damn thing. I want it out of my hair. I want it out of my name. I don't give a shit. Just, you can have the damn house. No problem. Okay. Easy peasy. Get their email, send them an offer, and make it done. You can probably just wrap it up right there. You don't even need to move forward. Second question, right? Would you be willing to take any of your equity, like in the form of an annuity? Yes, no, or need more information? Probably saying, well, what does that even mean? I'll think of it that way. It's almost like getting payments, and if we can make that happen, and what we're doing really, it's subject to. Is what that is, a seller finance. They just don't know that. But what they're going to say, I don't know, that sounds kind of good, or maybe need more information. Are they going to say no? Or are they going to say, what does that even mean? Then that's when we come back and say, hey, no problem. If you qualify for that, we'll definitely come back and I'll share it with you, okay? All right, no problem. Would you allow us, number 3, would you allow us to take over your monthly payments? Yes, no, or need more information. Well, I don't know if my bank is going to be able to allow you to do that. I'm not sure. Don't worry about what they say. Even if you don't have the answer, you don't need to know, okay, until you start doing this more. Then we'll explain it to you and share it with you. And they're going to say yes, no, or need more information. They're going to say, you know what, maybe, I'm not sure. How does that work? Or they're going to say need more information, or just going to say no. Even if they say no, even if they say no on all 3, it doesn't matter. Because when we go to the property and we get back on the phone the second time, we're going through all that stuff all over again anyways. And our whole goal is to buy the property subject to existing financing or seller finance anyways. Because along cash is cash. It don't matter how they get their cash. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to get into the mechanics of that right now because that'll be beyond the scope of this live right now. But the mission is a submission. So once we do that and we ask those 3 magical questions, then we follow up with a scale of 1 to 10. Okay, I'm almost done here on the scale of 1 to 10, Mr. and Mrs. Seller. 1 to 5. 1 to 5 meaning, hey, don't have much time, or as I say, 1 to 5 don't have much time, and 5 no hurry, 5 and 5 to 7 I believe it is no hurry. No, 1 to 5 is no hurry. 5 is I don't have much time, and then 10 I need to sell like yesterday. Where would you be at on that scale of 1 to 10? And they're going to say a 5, maybe a 7. If they're honest and they're being honest about the situation, they don't have much time, they'll tell you. That was like a 10 or 11 or 12. All right, cool. Perfect for an investor. Anything 5 and above is for an investor. But you'll be surprised. There'll be people in pre-foreclosure. They'll have tax due. They'll be upside down, all kinds of loans and all kinds of crazy stuff. And they'll say, a 1, a 3. That's all BS. It's okay. We're going to know anyways because we're going to confirm all the information that they gave us. If they missed anything or didn't share anything with us, when we pull title or prelim, we're going to know what's on the first, what's on the second, how long have they had it, what's their interest rate, what's going on, what's their situation. It'll give us a whole digest, or we could or a whole line of things that they shared with us. And does it line up? If it lines up, great. If it don't line up, then we go back on a second call and we reiterate everything, and then ask certain questions. Anything that the mentee or your coach or you missed, we will get. If you, at the same token, if they missed anything, because sellers will forget stuff on accident or on purpose, doesn't matter. We don't care, right? To a degree, and they'll miss some stuff. Oh yeah, that was a HELOC. I got that years ago. I forgot all about it, right? A lot of stuff happens. I got a second loan, or maybe there's a third loan, or that. Don't worry about that. Oh no, we're going to worry about it because it's going to come up on title, and that's going to affect our numbers. So we need to know this stuff, right? And you need to know that stuff. You don't know how many times somebody's brought a deal. Yeah, I got a hot deal. And then we pull title and we look at it. We start running the numbers. We start talking to the seller going, oh shit, there's a second, there's a third, there's all kinds of other shit going on, right? The water filtration system that didn't pop up because that won't come up on a prelim. You have to dig deep with the actual, when you pull title, the full title. And then all the liens and encumbrances and taxes and water filtration systems and sometimes solar stuff will pop up that you won't see on a regular title report or your prop stream or deal machine or any of those other companies, okay? So it's super important to do that. And once you get that scale of 1 to 10, you figure out, remember, if it's 1 to 5, it's best for a real estate agent. Send it to your agent and try to work something out. If it's 5 to 10, perfect. Let's work it, let's rock it, and let's get paid. That's pretty much it. And then we wrap up the call, right? And then we get towards the end. We say, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I appreciate the call. I'm going to go ahead and take this information. In case I missed anything, Mr. Seller or Mr. or Mrs. Seller, what's the best mode of operation? Text, email, or phone? They're going to say, oh, just shoot me a text. Some are going to say, just shoot me an email. Some will say, just call me. No problem. Okay, whatever it is you do. In case I missed anything, I'll give you a call. It might be today. Is that okay? You're getting permission. And they're going to say yes. So that's another tie down on purpose because they're going to say yes. If they say no, that is what it is. Don't worry about it. But it's always a yes. All right. Then you keep on moving forward and say, okay, I appreciate that. Do you have any questions for me? And don't worry about that because if they start saying this and that, how much you're going to give me, how much you're going to all that, there's rebuttals for all that. And we share it with them and say, hey, no problem. I'm going to go ahead and do my due diligence. Give me about 24 to 72 hours. Like I said, if I need anything, I'll give you a call or shoot you a text or whatever. And then I'm going to be back in 24 to 72 hours with an offer. Okay. And then we do the takeaway. If for whatever reason, it just doesn't look good, I'm still going to give you a professional courtesy call back. And then I'm going to go ahead and go and point you in the right direction with some resources to hopefully help you out. Is that fair? Oh, yeah, that's more than fair. Thank you, Mr. Jimenez, or thank you, Eric, or blah, 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 blah. No problem. All right. You have a great, wonderful day. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Wrap it up. You're done. See, open up the call, discovery of the call, close the call, amp live method. And pretty much what you're doing is that is your script. And it does act as what? a moneymaker. The more submissions you get, the more money you're going to make. Okay, as you get those submissions, there are ratios. You get a certain amount of submissions, you're going to get a certain amount of appointments. And within those certain amount of appointments, you're going to write a certain amount of offers. And when you write those certain amount of offers, you're going to get a certain amount of deals guaranteed to close. Now, when you jump into the Amp Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator, we're going to share all those things with you, right? And you're going to be privy to those things that we're going to share with you that we've spent years and years and years cultivating and working and doing, and it's battle tested. And we're going to share that with you. Okay. So let me go ahead and pull that up for you just so you can jump aboard. I know there hasn't been, it's been all training. I wanted to make it training. That's why you don't see any links. You don't see any, QR codes, but hey, it's sales time now, right? Now it's time to buy in or not, or just take the information and run with it. Hopefully it works for you. All right, so the Amp Live American Mentee Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator. 0 to your first deal. Here it is right here. It should be a QR code. Boink. All right, 1997. 17 spots left for the charter members versus 12,997 when it goes unlimited. So anybody can join once we get to that point. And it will be well worth that as we got founding members and charter members rocking and rolling deals and proof in the pudding and all that good stuff. So it's a no freaking brainer at the end of the day. So there is a QR code. You can scan that QR code right there. Do it now. Don't wait, because when they're gone, they're gone. And I mean that because this is just for the program. This is the only reason I've never done this one-to-many thing, right? Is that, the upsells, downsells. There are no upsells. There are no downsells, I don't think, anyways, except for maybe the vault. Right? There's a standard. It comes with the standard vault. Everything you need. You don't need to buy anything more. You get this, 1997. Comes with the vault, contracts, LOI, writer, offer writer, marketing pieces that you can rebrand and use, all kinds of stuff, right? To help you with your first deal, along with the hybrid of mentoring and live coaching. Wednesday deal analysis. We'll rock and roll and analyze and help you analyze deals so you're not sending out deals that are going to not sell, or giving you the courage to say, I don't know, I don't want to piss them off, I don't want to get a deal. Well, you're not going to get a deal. Sometimes you just got to, there's a way to share it with them in a professional manner without beating them up and beating up their house, and doing it professionally, where you can say, here's the truth. We're not too far off if you listed it with an agent, but you don't have to go through all that. You just cash, let's roll, let's rock, let's get your money and run, move on. New chapter in your life, right? And if they don't, it's okay. You just get better and better and better at what you're doing. And if they don't move forward and close it with you right now, you got a chance to follow up. If they sell it to someone else, then you just need to figure out, what did I do wrong? What did I not do right? What happened here? And sometimes you can't just beat yourself up like that. It's just, hey, it just wasn't meant to be at that time for whatever. They changed their mind, and that's it, right? Don't worry about it. And it's going to be based on your closing ratios, right? You may start off, if you're brand new, with a 20, 30% closing ratio. If you sold stuff in the past, or maybe you're a car salesman, maybe you're at a 40, 50%, right? When you start using this and you start working with us with the Amp Live method, and we're working with you, you're going to move up to 60, 70, 80%. That means you'll close 6 to 7 to 8 of these submissions, contracts, right, that you'll get. Because not every contract's going to close like a real estate agency. Not every listing closes. Not every loan closes. Not every deal closes. Not every car sells, right? The end of the day, or whatever they're selling. This is all for real estate, right? So that's why you build a pipeline. Like Cardone says, you need to build a pipeline until it's overflowing and it's just barfing on you. All right. But to do that, you need systems in place. That's where we come in. We're going to share those systems. They're in the Amp Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator. Okay. Those systems are in there, and how to set up your CRM. We're going to share workflows with you, right? The pre-foreclosure workflows, the vacant workflows, the tax default workflows, the workflows for buyers. Hey, I need to find buyers. No problem. Let's show you how to get the buyers, how to plug them in, and shoot them some texts and emails. And yes, get your butt on the phone and call them up and qualify them. We're even going to share that with you. I'm going to share with you on how to vet those buyers, right? Because with the Amp Live method and the Amp Live Creative Real Estate Accelerator and Amp Live period, the American Mentee program, as I mentioned to the nice lady yesterday when we were talking, I said our program is a little bit different, where we qualify the sellers to see if we want to work with them. We qualify the investors to see if we want to work with them. Heck, we qualify buyers to see if we want to work with them, right? It's not, even though when we're talking to sellers, they think they're qualifying us. But we drop the ego, we rock and roll, and we know what we know, and we get everything that we need to get question-wise tie downs, yeses, everything. Because when we're done and the mission is the submission, and we get done with that submission, we press submit, boink. We got everything from the seller, everything from birth until now. We made a friend. Okay. We become their ally. We become their advocate. We become their superheroes at the end of the day. If you do it right. If you don't, and you try to half-ass it, not get this information, not get that information, or you try to go to PropStream and pull up the information and put it in there to try to fool me or us, you're not fooling us. It's not doing us anything. As far as a mentee, that's different. Now, coaching, hey, you can do whatever you want because you're going to do what you're going to do. You're just shorting yourself shortchanging yourself at the end of the day, right? Because you're not getting that info, right? You can't be afraid to get that information. You're there to help them, right? You're an expert. And I'm going to tell you, even if you don't feel like you're an expert, you are. You got to tell yourself, I am an investor. Get off this wholesale shit. I'm a wholesaler. I'm a bird dog. Okay. Forget all that shit. All right. When I got started, yes, I knew what a bird dog was. Didn't like it. Got circumvented. Got burned. Then I did the wholesaling thing. Is wholesaling? Is illegal? Can I do it? Yeah. Just send me the contract, young man. Okay. I guess I'll do that. Did I call myself a wholesaler? No. I called myself an investor. I am an investor. Until eventually I sold enough contracts, met my mentor, started fixing, flipping, buying, and holding, truly becoming an investor. So say it. I want you to say it right now. Say it to yourself. I don't give a shit if you've never closed a deal. Say you are an investor. You are an investor. That's it. Period. You got to believe it. Because if you don't believe it, the seller's not going to believe you. They're going to doubt you. They're going to say, man, this guy or gal don't know what they're doing. Right? Or they're going to try to dominate the conversation. No, you're paying me this, and I know this, and I know that, and blah, 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 blah. Instead of going, yes, that sounds great. Oh, I don't know if I can do that, right? There's ways. I'm going to show you if we go to the kitchen table and show you some of that. You come aboard, it's awesome. It's crazy how we sit down and we talk and we chat. We already know what our numbers are, offer 1, 2, and 3. What our cash offers are. If they don't take the cash offers, we know what we're going to offer sub 2, which is some cash now, some cash later. If that doesn't work, how about a chunk of cash, right? And it's still we're all still talking cash. We're not talking about subject to and seller finance. We'll explain it to them when we get to that point. And then we sit down with them and we're rocking all these numbers, but we already are planting the seeds in the back of their mind, right? It's the Amplified method. We drop those things. Hey, you know what? You need a car to pay off. You got credit cards. You got college fund to pay off. You need money to go buy another house. You need 10% down. You need 20, 30, 40, 50,000, all this stuff. We all know what all those things. So when we're dropping those seeds, then they start selling us. Oh, Erick and mentee, can you, I'd like to pay off my car. Maybe, would that be possible? It's like a $30,000, loan. If you have to pay off the car, that'd be great. 20,000 credit cards. So we're no-go. So now they start selling us. It's a beautiful thing. It's amazing when mentees see that shit because they get blown away, right? Oh my God. I thought we are just going to go in and be hardcore and say, hey, you're lucky we're here. We're going to offer you cash and blah, 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 blah. And they get all mad. I said, no, it's totally a different thing, right? It's psychological. At the end of the day, they become selling us. I love it because I love it because they're selling us on the ideas that we planted in their minds. And then they start coming back and saying, okay, yeah, if you can do this, you can do that and do that. And then even then we only do about 95%, 90% of what we say. Oh, can you do this and do this and do this? Okay, well, we can do that and do this and do that. That's an awesome idea, by the way, right? We give them, drop the ego and say, yeah, it's an awesome idea, but we can't do the third one, right? Maybe we can do some of it, but not all of it. Shut up, wait, listen. All right. We good to go? Does that work for you? And then you have them repeat it 2 or 3 times because then they're repeating it again and again and again. And now they're selling you. And then that's it. We shut up, we drop, put the contract down, put the pin there and say, okay, perfect. Let's do it. Shake hands, get it done, take the contract, wrap up and get the hell out. That's the Amplified method. That's what you're going to learn. And it's a beautiful thing. And you're probably thinking, well, hey, can I just have AI do that? Come on. Totally, man. Come on, guys and gals. No, I'm just kidding. I'll be a smart ass. I will tell you 80% of this is you, 20% is tech. AI will never be able to replace me. Never be able to replace you. It can get pretty damn close, like the picture right there, or even some of the AI shit that we had a Swede put together and it act like me and spoke like me and all that good stuff, but not 100%. You know why? Because AI does not have a soul. I have a soul. You have a soul. Two souls connecting. Seller, buyer, investor, people, human beings, connection, brain, frequency, love, all that shit, right? That's the only reason why AI will never be able to compete with this and what we do. It can do all the other stuff. It can analyze the deals. It can write offers. It can give you the best ratios of which property to buy sub to, which is coming down the wire. Guaranteed by 2028, 29, 2030, quantum computing is going to be able to figure all that stuff out. If you have access to it, awesome. If you build it, awesome. Or if you have software and it's going to cost money to do that, you'll be able to let all that go, say, out of these 10 deals, which is the best deal for sub 2. Bing, there you go. It'll analyze it, put the shit together, put the deal together, even send it to the people. But who's got to close it? You do. Even if you plug that into a robot that looks like a human, it's still not going to be 100% because you're not going to be able to connect to that because it's dead. It's not a freaking living thing. It doesn't have a soul. You have a soul. So just remember, you are the magic. I'm going to share my magic with you, and then you share that magic with others, and you're going to be able to close deals. It's a beautiful, lovely thing. Okay? That's my promise to you. If you don't believe me, well, keep on doing what you're doing. You can do what you've been doing and get what you've always been getting. It kind of sucks, I know. We all go through it sometimes, right? Even in sales. I think I was having a conversation yesterday. I said, oh, my God, just keep I want to close this, close that, but it's not closing. And there's salespeople that go through slumps 2, 3, 4 months. But it's all mindset. Once you get fired up and once you got the things rolling, then it's hard to shut down. Things just start coming to you. But when you start, going, man, I haven't closed anything 3 months. This is happening, Maybe I should get out of the business. Maybe I suck. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's this. Or maybe I did that. Or what's going on? You need reassurance, right? I get it. We all do. That's the sales business. To stay consistent, you need to have, pipeline, rolling, leads. I've been studying that Alex guy, the buff dude, right? Acquisitions.com. I think I read something in there that said, look, man, once you have leads, you're never going to worry about shit. You're always going to have money. As long as you got leads, you got a decent product. You got a no-brainer product. You got an offer that nobody can refuse. And you got tons and tons and tons of leads. You're going to be rich. You'll never be poor. And it's true. I'm not lying. This is why why I'm going one to many, right? Because my daughter and my son said, hey, if you want to reach tens of millions of people, Dad, the only way you're going to do it is you got to adjust and you got to do what others are doing. Yes, you got to have a program. Yes, you got to automate this stuff and one to many. And I said, fuck, all right, let's do it. Excuse my French. Here we are. So I'm excited about this because it's happening. We're moving forward. And I still get, I'm still a picky person. So that's why the charter is, let's do the founder and charter. No, just roll it out. Roll it out and just let everybody know. I said, I want to do I want the juicy people at the base, right? I want to be touching them and working with them, if that makes sense, right? I mean, working with them, like the founders and the charter members, building the foundation, working with you exclusively and giving my time, my team's time, because I know you're going to be successful. When you're successful, we get testimonials, we get all the proof in the pudding. So then I can just blow that shit up. Leads, sell. Beautiful, lovely thing. And I'm not going to lie, right? Because a byproduct is deals from all the coaching students, mentees, and all that good stuff, right? Our VIPeXecs, our sponsors and affiliated partner, VIPeXecs Realty Lending and Investments. Guess what? They're your lending partner. You want to do hard money, you need deals, you need to fix and flip, you want to do the BRRRR method, you want to do the DSCR loans, buy, hold, and even the, Airbnb, any of that shit. Guess what? VIPeXecs Lending is there for you, right? They're in the onboarding. When you onboard, you get introduced to them, you get yourself pre-approved for a loan. Hard money, doesn't matter where it's at in the United States of America. You got a couple states here and there that don't lend, but you can always, hey, I'm going to share with you anyways how to build that private bank of private money anyways, like I mentioned before. So there's nothing that hasn't slipped through the cracks. There's nothing that we haven't thought of that it's going to be needed in this business. Think of it as networking with the total resource that you're going to need. And actually, not that others don't, because there's some good programs out there. There's some shitty programs. There's some shady programs. There's some good coaches and mentors, and there's some shitty ones, right? I get it. But I pride myself because I can sleep at night because I know I'm going to show up every day. I know I'm going to do my best to help you and my team to help you be successful. If you don't show up, then shame on you. Nothing I can do about that, right? I can't drag you to do this, right? If I got to drag you or sell you, then this is not for you. You got to go somewhere else. You got to keep spinning your wheels, and hopefully, maybe you'll figure it out. I guarantee you never will. It's just the way it is, right? Unless you want it, we're here for you to help you get it. So I say, let's rock and roll together. Because without having a mentor and a coach, it does get difficult. You just need to find somebody, right? And you can read and study and all that good stuff all you want, but you're never getting the full picture. It's like always getting a puzzle with missing pieces. It sucks. Even when you pay for stuff, it's a puzzle with missing pieces. The only ones that fill in the pieces are your coach and mentor. And it sucks. That's just the way it is. Okay, so check this out. All right, so there it is. Scan that QR code. Am I going, oh, shit, this is going to be an hour and a half? Yeah, hour and 20 minutes. All right, beautiful. That means I can chop it all up and monetize it too. Anyways, so let's go ahead. You get the standard vault inside this. So you get the contracts, seller scripts, deal checklists. Definitely get access to this one-on-one live meetup, one-on-one AMP Live networking sessions. Meet Eric and Ellie of the AMP Live Real Estate Show. You can go to webinars.amp-live.net right there. You can see it right there, blank. And you're going to get the sub-2 fix and flip calculator, the wholesale calculator. You're going to get the sub-2 calculator for buy and hold, all that good stuff. And as well as the app for writing offers, right? Writing offers and LOIs. Make it a lot easier. So, AI has done something, right? Making things easier for people. All right. So this is the sub-2 fix and flip calculator. So this is what you get. You can go get the other one for free. It's on there, I believe. I don't know if I could put that in there. Let me see. AMP Live, join, pre-sale. I guess I don't have it up. All right. But if you want it, it's there. But at least this one is in the vault. You can download it. So it has the 4 tabs, has everything you need to be able to pop out a deal and evaluate a deal. Also with the tech stack, that's something you need to be able to underwrite, right? To be able to know about those comps and stuff, depending on what type of software you're using. We're going to train all that. But definitely like, love, and share. I appreciate it. Thank you for watching AMP Live TV and the AMP Live Real Estate Show. Always real, raw, and standing for truth. The home of the AMP Live Real Estate Show. Your host, Eric of AMP Live and VIPeXecs, Realty, Lending, and Investments. They are your lending partner, which is a powerful piece when you want to step up from the wholesaling and step into the actual game. Because remember, I said, look, I don't care if you're wholesaling. Start calling yourself a wholesaler. Believe you're a wholesaler. Because if you believe you're a wholesaler, then your buyers, your investors, and everybody else are going to believe you if you become better at what you do. Practice, practice, practice to become an expert. That should be your goal. All right. Just a little information on me. Even though if you do know who I am, great. If you don't, there it is. AHA, founder of AHA, Americans Helping Americans, one American at a time, one property at a time, one family at a time, doing our part to get America back on track together with you and others across the United States of America. And obviously our flagship mentoring program, the only true mentoring program of its kind, where we mentor you and others across the United States of America, one-on-one. Nobody does what we do, how we do it. I guarantee it, because I know what's out there. Been doing this for 20 years, for the last decade, mentoring and all that lovely stuff, right? And now finally launching our AMP Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator, right? Which is a one-to-many, yes, program, but a hybrid of our one-on-one mentoring program, where we truly mentor you and coach you and analyze deals and partner up with you. So this, I guarantee you, we're still a program that others do not do. There might be hybrids of it. I get it. So I can literally legally say that we are the only game in town who does this. All right. Let's keep on rocking and rolling. There's a little bit of information. You can find me all over social media and all that good stuff. If you look, this is in the vault as well, right? Professional LOIs and offers in under 2 minutes. Yes, you'll be invited, right, for a live hot seat. Bring a deal live with You can leave with capital clarity. And what we'll be doing for the founders and the charter members and everybody else comes aboard the AMP Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator on Wednesday's deal analysis. Bring your deals, and guess what? Yes, I'll have to buy some coffee or lunch or bribe VIPeXecs to be there on Wednesday to be able to underwrite. Bring those deals. We'll get you approved. We'll get you underwritten, and it'll get you the money. So like I mentioned, you can leave with capital, leave with structure, and leave with clarity, and maybe even leave with the joint venture deal with us and the money to make the deal happen on Wednesdays, okay? And as part of the AMP Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator. You're invited to that every Wednesday. Real estate software stack. It's like, okay, tech stack, huh? Well, this is awesome. Yes, it's definitely gonna, because when you get into it, you're going, what CRM do I use? What text do I use? What ringless voice message? Should I use text or should I call? Should I door knock? Should I, use Post-it notes? Drive for dollars? Use Deal Machine, batch leads, Privy? What do I use? What do I use? And you can spend literally months, if not years, trying to go, I picked this one. That didn't work. I picked that one. I know. Because me being in the education space and going, hey, okay, let's use ClickFunnels. Let's use this. Let's use that. Let's use this. I've scrapped them all. Don't like all of them. And certain ones, I get it. It works for certain people, So it's the same thing here, right? Going to go through all. We've already tested the stuff that we use. We're going to give you the simplest tech stack of 3 things you need to be successful right out of the gate. You don't need anything more, right? You don't need 5. You don't need 6. You don't need 10. And then when you start scaling up, then you can add a couple and add another one and another one, get up to maybe 4 or 5 things that you're going to need. Yes, because there isn't one company that has everything. They still don't. CRMs used to, we got everything. Everybody's a little bit different, right? And you're going to need certain tools. So we've already done the homework for you. You can use it or not. I suggest you do it and try it and see the results. They'll work for you. But that's inside the vault as well. And you're also going to be getting this. This is awesome. It's the Prop Stream Subject to Deal Finder Playbook, where it shows you what to do, how to find those loans that are 2, 3, 4, 5%, how to find the properties with equity, how to find the properties with, tired landlords that have been there, they've owned the property 10 years, and tax defaults and probates and all that good stuff. So then you'll be able to know what to name them, how to pull them, and then how to stack them. And then how to go after those properties, either running them through your CRM, or you're going to be calling them, or you're going to be doing what? Knocking on their damn door to go see if you can help them out. Okay? So, let's go. What do we got here? Oh, you can, so there you go. Right there, you can scan that QR code. It's over my face. But you can scan the QR code right there, take the challenge, and that's Erick. You can book some time with myself, book a breakout call with myself and my team, at least to, ask some questions. Maybe you got a deal. Maybe you need something that you need to evaluate really quickly, and I'll point you in the right direction. Just remember, at the end of the day, we're here for you. If you decide to come aboard, let's rock. If not, that's okay. There's no harm, no foul, no obligation. I only want to work with people who want to work with us. I only want to work with people who want to kick some ass and go rocking and rolling and do this business. I don't want to work with people who just don't want to do the business. Or, think someone else is going to do it for them at the end of the day, right? This is you. This is all for you. Subject to call script. All right, so you're going to get the call script as well. What do I do when I call? What am I going to do when there's an NOD or this type of call? How do I present sub 2, seller finance, all that good stuff, right? So you're going to get all that. That's inside of the Amplified Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator. And it breaks it down to sub 2 discovery questions, like I mentioned, which is the mission to the submission, right? But I'm breaking it down for you in these little PDFs and videos to help you. And then one training that's basically called The Mission is the Submission, kind of like what we did today, but more in depth. We're actually going to go through it, and there's role play and the numbers and everything, and filling it all out, filling out the submission form. Sub 2 offer structure, how to offer those deals. And I'll wrap it up with our sponsor today. Which in affiliate partner, VIPeXecs Realty Lending and Investments. As you can see, that's myself and Miss Elizabeth for VIPeXecs Realty Lending and Investments. Free home search and investment property search. You can sign up right there. Scan that QR code as I point to it. Boink right there. That's courtesy of VIPeXecs Realty Lending and Investments and Luxury Properties. Step into excellence. So remember, that's a brokerage, right? So at the end of the day, guess what? We help you get loans. You're going to fix and flip. You're going to help you list the property. Hey, you know what? It's a tight deal. You sold it on the seller as a novation. You can use the brokerage. The brokerage will help you get that sucker sold by running a novation through the brokerage and get it sold, right? She's got to have paperwork all done right, correctly. So, know that there are other brokerages and other agents going, I don't even know what that is. Like, can novation? Is that legal? Can you do that? Blah, 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 blah. Don't worry about any of that stuff, right? That's a big piece of the pie. There's other coaching programs that teach you, you got to go to get yourself some outreach to agents. Go talk to agents, interview them, find the unicorn agents, find the unicorn. Most brokers probably won't even work with you unless they're mom and pops, right? Agents will, but you got to find the unicorn brokers that are either brand new or they're seasoned. They understand how to work with investors. The other ones are going to go, I don't know if I can do that. I got to talk to my broker. I don't know if that's legal. Blah, 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 blah. Right? They're not going to have a clue. But then that's a lot of work that you got to do. You don't got to do any of that. It's already coming with the pie. Right? Comes with the juicy package already. Where you're going to, hey, you have the private money, hard money to do loans. If you need it for fix and flip, burr, right? Buy and hold, any of that stuff. Same token, you have a brokerage that will be able to help you list your property, get it sold. You have access to the MLS if you need it, because a lot of people are teaching, go on the MLS, find deals. Me, I'm a big proponent. That's cool. Have somebody else do that. You bring the shit to me, I'll work it, right? Then and only then, and you better, qualify that broker agent, make sure that they're unicorn, because I don't want to waste my time chatting with them if they're, not on the same page or they don't understand. If that happens, cool. Leave that for the newbies, leave that for other people or a team, and you hire people to do that. That's cool. Or I'll teach you how to do it. Sure. It's the same thing as vetting buyers, same thing as vetting an agent, right? You got to vet them to make sure that they're going to be unicorn or they're going to be working for you. You got to remember, agents, or maybe you don't think it, but you're thinking, oh, they're real estate agents, they're professionals and all this other good stuff. And guess what? Do I work for them? No, they work for you. You're the investor. They work for you. Doesn't mean be a prick. They work for you. Okay. Remember that. And they need your business. You don't need their business, because you can cultivate and get deals all year. Before, it used to be the competition. That's no longer the case. It's merging together, just like creative real estate investing is merging together is the future, right? Future real estate. So you got to remember that when you're doing that, you want them to work with you, teach them how to work with you, teach them how to find your deals, teach them about creative and what it's about so they can present your offers to you. Don't use them because you're too lazy to write a contract, because you're too lazy to do the numbers yourself. I just use the agent so I can get a CMA. Yeah, I'm sounding like a smart ass because it's true, right? People do it. You just got to get out of the bullshit mindset, get into the rock and roll mindset. This is a business. It's your business. I'm going to help you with this. I'm going to help you build your business so you're not spinning your wheels doing all those silly things, because I guarantee you, I shouldn't say this, but 9 times out of 10, I'm right. It's only because I'm a professional at what I do, and I study everything that I do, and we analyze it, and then it's tested, and we keep moving forward. So then I could literally say, yeah, I know what's going to happen. I know what's going to transpire, because it's the same shit. It's like there's only so many parts in a refrigerator, right? You don't have to be a genius to fix a fridge. Now, if you don't know anything or know any of the parts of what's in the refrigerator, it's impossible. Oh my God, there's so many parts. How do I fix this thing? How do I work it? No. Appliance people, once they learn it, they go, oh, this is funny. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, that, what'd you do? Oh, I did this and did that. And, here's a $500 bill for 2 seconds worth of work, right? Because they know what they know. And you pay it. Same thing here. Become the expert, okay? So anyways, we're going to keep on moving forward. Scan that QR code right there so you can get some free access to what? The MLS, because the MLS is not free. But guess what? It is now. You're welcome. Have fun with it. Connect. But pay it forward. Make sure you pay it forward and take your business to VIPeXecs Realty Lending and Investments. I always say be reciprocal. Don't be, I hate that when people, oh, I want this, I want that, but then they go somewhere else. You know what? Me, if I like the tacos, I'm going back for tacos. Same place. If I like the way you did business with me and you helped me out, I'm going back to you, even though you may charge me more, but I like you and I want to give you the money opposed to going cheap. There's also another thing. You can hire an amateur, you can hire a professional. Amateurs, every time you hire an amateur, it costs you more and more money. Some people say, well, yeah, I can go over here and I can learn this for, $50 or $10 or 30, 500, right? But I guarantee it. A year goes by, 2 years go by. I joined this and I joined that. I joined this and I spent $12,000 on that and $5,000 on this. And all of a sudden, what happens? Oh my God. They already spent more money and they should have just went with the expert out of the gate anyways. Happens every time. Uh-oh. I think we're getting invaded. Oh, shit. Let me break out the ARs. ARs are coming down the wire. Let me get in that jet right there. Jump in one of those hot cars. All right. Here we go. So scan that QR code right there. Amp Live TV and the Amp Live Creator Real Estate Investing Accelerator. And yes, spot 17. That's it. Once they're gone, they're gone. Goes to $12,997. And then the Amp Live, the American Mentee program is still, hey, it's 50% off right now. All right. So that is Same thing, around 12,000 bucks, but it's going to 19,000 some change for done with you. The done with you, done for you is going to 29,000. I'm sharing that with you. I have no qualms about it because I know that the ones that value what we're sharing, they'll go for it. Remember I told you the thing about the $500 client and the $50,000 client. The $500 client says, oh my God, my whole life and everything I'm spending and I'm relying on you for this and that and my whole livelihood, and it's 500 bucks. The $50,000 client says, where do I send the money? What's next? Send me the link. All right, I sent the link. All right, it's done. Let's roll. What's next? Let's move. Those are the awesome clients, right? Because I know what they want. I know what they need. Doesn't mean we don't take the 500. Well, I should say there is no $500 client that we mess with, right? At the end of the day, it's bad enough we're dropping it down to $12,997 product for $1,900 and then spending the time that we're going to spend with you to help you be successful. Once again, I had to cultivate it and turn it into something a little bit different than most people, okay, or most programs that are out there. And that's just me. Maybe it's wrong, maybe it's right, but I don't have any $7 PDFs. I don't have any $27 monthlies or anything. Although I should say, I think we do for this program. Matter of fact, I think I can share it with you. And I think I will. I just remembered that right now. I had a memo from earlier today. We are on the school platform. That's where the community is being built, and that's where the training is going to be. And that's where training has been. So that's so I believe they have a platform where you get standard, which is free. You can go in there and hang out. You can get the premium, right, and pay a monthly, or you can jump on the VIP, which is this right here, and that is your payment plan, right? I say just pay it in full and be done. Let's go rock some deals in 30 days. You pay it, make some money, go rock and roll, celebrate your win, and then put the rest back in your business, scale and rock, right? That's the best scenario. If for whatever reason you're going, I don't know, payment plan would be awesome. Okay, you go to school, you click VIP, you click the monthly, and it's like 200 something bucks. 200 something bucks a month, easy peasy stuff. Okay, let me go ahead and give you that QR. That's not even in here. So I think on the next one, I'm going to put it in here so you can scan the QR code and do the monthly thing because I didn't want to do any monthly thing, but I guess they do it. They do charge, so it does cost us money, like 2-3% every time they charge you, right? So we got to pay for it, obviously, through the merchant. Let me see what I got here. Is it? Oh, let me go here. I'll be right back. I'm going to go ahead and pull that up. Pull this Amplive TV. I thought that was pretty cool with the cars and stuff. Let me see. Do I have anything I want to leave it on? Let me go ahead and pull it up real quick, okay? That right there is our American Mentee program, something totally different. That is something that you can, I would encourage you if you're super, super, super serious about your business, you want to scale up. So let me go ahead and pull this up. Oh, what happened? This thing, it shut down, man. Wow. Crazy. Always something, huh? But it's all good. Get lemons, you make lemonade. All right, let's go. Where's it at? Where's it at? Links. Here we go. Let's pop down a link here. I'm going to give this to you. All right, for this live, you may not see it floating around in here, but it's going to be on this live, so take advantage of it if you see it. And it is towards the end, so hey, most people probably won't see it. Only the ones that are serious. All right, so where's it at? You want something? Like, come on. Oh, shit. So much shit you look at every day. And you go, oh, man, you get confused. I think it's maybe, what the fuck? Where did it go? Excuse my French. Oh, I know where it's at. Okay, let's do it over here. Excuse my French. Oh, now I'm singing. There she blows. There she blows. All right, so this is going to be a link. Has the plans on there. You can actually get this program on a payment plan, which is crazy, but we're going to do it anyways because we can. And I want to, and we want to. So I'm going to put that right there. Boink, payment plan. Okay. So let me put this up. Pull it. Where is it? We got a good graphic. Any good graphic of the Amp Live? We have the. Heck, we'll just put that right there. That's for that one right there. Boink. So you can scan that QR code. Boom. Lock in your spot. It's only 17 spots for the charter. That is $1,997 one time before it goes to $12,997. Lock that in. And then if you need a payment plan, you can go over to the chat. Click that school link. Click VIP. Boink. You can pay for it there. I believe there's a 20% discount because that actually is if you paid in full. But if you're wanting to make a payment, then boom, they have a payment plan on there, or you just click it and say I want monthly, and you're good to go. So no excuses anymore, which I completely forgot about. That's what I get because I'm not doing my notes. I'm not following the curriculum or the schedule for the Saturday training and field day. All right. We'll put this up here just for shits and giggles. Why one-on-one mentorship matters in real estate. Okay. When you need it, we're there for you. Okay. But this right here is a hybrid of our one-on-one mentoring program. Your first deal, 30 days, real training, real results, real strategies. That's the beautiful thing. Start your journey today. I'm excited for you because when you come aboard, I truly get excited because I know what the journey is. I know how it's going to open up your eyes, how excited you're going to be, and how you can actually see some traction. You're actually going to see results. You're actually going to see results and go, you know what? Damn, this is awesome. Why hasn't anybody else ever shared this with me? Because you're watching videos and you're being coached and you're in Facebook groups and you're doing lives and you're reading PDFs and you're going through the program. There's nobody really there to, you can have somebody coach you, but there's nobody really there to ask questions and say, yeah, yes, no, that's probably not right. You can do that if you want, but I would suggest this, this, and this. Tell me your scenario. What's going on? What's in your head so we can get you on the right track? That is priceless. That's what's called a mentor. And then we're even adding on live coaching. No brainer, right? For pennies on the freaking dollar. Trust me. Once we get the founding and charter members and we start rocking and rolling, testimonials, deals, proof in the pudding, it's going to explode simply because then all you do is add money at it, leads. Then, hey, you just start filling it up and selling and filling it up and selling. It don't matter. But the founding members and the charter members that bring the stability of that program is the magic. And that's what I'm looking for. If that's you, don't wait. Door of opportunity is open. I wish I had this when I got started, right? Because I had to start by myself and figure things out by myself. Figure out the deals, the contracts, everything, right? There's nobody to bounce this off of until I got my mentor, but I had to bring tremendous value. I had to bring deals. I had to have a system in place before that person even worked with me. And I made him a lot of money. So I'll say it. Look, if I had to put a price on what it cost me for my mentor, it was about $500,000 because that's what I made him. Yeah, I made my $5,000-$10,000 every time I sold him a deal. And of course I sold other people other deals too. It wasn't just him. It's relevant. And I'd do it again and again and again. Should I pay him $1 million if I had to? I don't care if I made him $1 million, you know what I mean? Because that's what I made him. That's cash I made him just for the time that I was with him. Okay. So I'm gonna do for you. Yes, you got to have some hard costs. That's the way it is, right? It's capital. We're a capital company, capitalist country, I should say. And we're a capitalist company as well, right? So, I figure it's super fair on what we're doing. My team thinks it's way too cheap. It's way too low. And, it's just, we shouldn't be doing that. But I want to. That's why we're doing it the way we're doing it. Founders, charter members, build a foundation. The rest, we rock. We rock unlimited. And then put a bunch of money into ads and all that good stuff to just get leads of, yes, people want to do the business and blow it up and go from there. That's why I'm doing what we're doing and why we're doing it. I mean, some of the people that came on as founders going, oh my God, just the price point was ridiculous, which I got beat up for, from my team going, what are you doing? That's crazy. That's stupid. But I get it. Right. But I know if we pick the right people, we're going to be good. And it's not even the right people because once you come aboard, you come aboard. And if you rock and roll, great. If you don't, you just don't do anything with it, it's okay. We're just going to replace that seat with someone else. That's just that's the goal. All right. So without further ado, rock and roll in all that you do. Keep on rocking and rolling or not. I say we need to, adjust, adapt, or perish. I say rock and roll. I also say God bless you with abundance, prosperity, health, and wealth. Also want to share with you our sponsor, VIPeXecs Realty Lending and Investments. Definitely a part of what we're doing here with the Amp Live American Mentee Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator. And I'll go ahead and put that up right here real quick so you can see that. Do I have it? I believe it's right here. Right? Side by side. There we go. Oh, that's pretty small. Oh, there's the brands for the brokerage. Also, I will toss it out there for whatever reason you see this, or maybe you're a broker. We have a broker partnership program that's rolling out where we'll train your real estate agents on creative real estate investing, wholesaling, lease options, because you're losing money. Other wholesalers and investors are rocking those deals that your agents are not. So it's a no-brainer for us to come in and share that with your agents and teach them. So then they're getting those deals and bringing revenue to your brokerage. Now, if you're interested in that, definitely set up an appointment. There's a website. There's a standard and a premium version of our broker partnership. And it comes with 3 revenue streams. There's also a 4th revenue stream. And that 4th revenue stream is the pay-as-you-go with the lead generation that VIPeXecs Realty Lending and Investments is the head of, obviously, because that's the way it has to be done, right? And you also get their services as a lender, as a real estate, obviously, on any of the lending things that they do, revenue type of commissions. I don't have anything to do with that because I'm not a broker. Right. So but it's there. So that'll be your 4th revenue stream. And it also comes when you're working with us, there's 3 revenue streams that we can help your brokerage with, not just with your agents kicking butt and bringing business to the table that you're losing is what's on the table. OK, I guarantee you there's no other agency like ours or media company and education company that's doing this anywhere in the United States of America. I know I've checked and we've asked and we ran it through a lot of systems to see what's out there and what's happening, and nobody's doing what we're doing. Okay. So you'll be the first ones to take advantage of that and to be able to increase revenue in 3 different ways, all the way up to 4 for your brokerage. And the byproduct is more units as well. Okay. So definitely something to think about. Definitely you can reach out. You can scan that QR code right there and get in touch through the brokerage, or you can get in touch with me directly through, let me see, do I have it? I can put it up there. I'll leave it at this. This is what I'm going to do. I want to put this up here, and then I'm going to go ahead and close this out. And then we're going to wrap up the day. We're at 1 hour and 47 minutes, so it's a long one. All right. Okay. Oh, there's a link right there for the payment plan. You can scan that QR code right there over here, or you can jump onto the payment plan. Okay. And I'll leave it at this. I think it has, no, it's going to have the same QR code right there. Maybe it's here. Okay. Well, you probably scan that QR code as well. Jump on one of our webinars and go from there. Other than that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Once again, I'm Erick Jimenez of Amp Live, the Amp Live Real Estate Show, coming to you through Amp Live TV. Like, love, and share. I appreciate it. Thank you for watching. I definitely share this. Go backwards and forwards and catch all the good information, the good golden nuggets, the pro tips, the stuff that I guarantee you that probably expanded your mind. You go, oh, my God, I didn't know that was available. And reach out. Okay. So we look forward to rocking and rolling with you. We look forward to bringing you aboard. We look forward to onboarding you as well on the Amp Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator. Without further ado, rock and roll in all what you do. I'm going to put my mug up here like I always like to do so you can see my face and my eyes. I think it's super important. And I know I can't see yours, but hey, right here with you, rock and roll in all what you do. We'll talk to you soon. Okay. Bye-bye. We'll see you back tomorrow. Just a little bit more. We'll be back tomorrow for Sunday, the Sunday sermon, Rants and Raves, back for Mindset Money Monday. And then on Monday, we're going to share what's been transpired for today for some leads and deals and all.